Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just gonna jump into things. Of course, I am currently on vacation, but I will be back tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, that should be Wednesday. But yeah, or sorry, Friday. Wow, I am all out of touch right now. But yeah, I wanted to pre-record a couple of episodes before I was gone. If you have not seen the last couple of ones, definitely check them out. Highly recommend all of them. They've been a lot of fun, and yes, I will be doing a team analysis on this team when I am back, so stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow night, so like I mentioned in previous episodes, or in really all the last episodes, I am on winter break, so once I am back, that's basically a full 3 to 4 weeks where I can make content to rest up and do as much VGC 17 related stuff as possible. So there's a lot of excited stuff coming up, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to see, definitely let me know in the comments below as well. But let's get into the first game of today's episode. My opponent's team is going to be Porygon 2 and Muck, and that's already a very deadly combination. As I mentioned multiple times, that is not something I like to go up against. Rounding that out is Tapu Lele, Marowak, Alolan form, Ninetales Alolan form, and the Arachnid. So let's see. Okay, so I do have Taunt on Tapu Koko, and as a result, I think I'm actually going to lead with that. Lele still puts on a lot of pressure with Shattered Psyche, so I like that. I think I'm gonna go Metagross, and I feel like I need Pelipper because of the Ninetales. Kartana would be a nice pick here, but I don't think I can really bring it, unfortunately. The other 4 are just too necessary. So I'm gonna go with my Lele Koko lead, which is like okay because I get the taunt off against P2, but the thing is if my opponent leads, for example, Muck, then I'm still in a decent amount of trouble. Alternatively, I could just go for... Like, the thing is, if my opponent does lead Porygon 2 Muck, he's probably gonna be inclined to switch into Alolan Marowak into one of the two. The question is whether Alolan Marowak even makes an appearance or not, but I would assume so. Like, I think if I'm my opponent, I bring P2 Muck, Alolan Marowak, and Alolan Ninetales. It would be nice. It would be nice to not see Ninetales, though. I mean, I really don't like going up against Ninetales, and my Kartana is actually not max speed. So, I don't even potentially speed tie with her, which is a little bit unfortunate, because it would definitely help out a lot. But that's the thing, like, it sucks that they speed tie. Like, if it were 1 point faster, oh man, I would definitely be using max speed all the time. But with this team, I was like, you know, I'm not going to bother just going for a speed tie. And we actually don't see Porygon 2 come out at all. It's going to be Ninetales and Arachnid, which I think I'm okay with here. So, I'm going to get my terrain up. It's going to be Psychic Terrain, not Electric Terrain, and I do that intentionally. So my opponent might be inclined to switch into Marowak. I would be okay with that. I'm going to switch into Pelipper to reduce the accuracy of Blizzard instantly, and I think I'm actually going to just Shattered Psyche into Arachnid. Yeah. Arachnid's a big deal. Ninetales is a big deal as well, but the thing is, Ninetales actually doesn't do anything against my Metagross. I'm kind of surprised to see these two. I wonder if, like, the thing about using this team, one reason why Muck's such an issue is because it can safely switch into Psychic type attacks, and the thing is, this team doesn't have, like, there are not many Pokemon that can safely switch into my attacks. Like, even if it's resistant, it normally does a ton of damage. So Koko's gonna switch out into Pelipper because I don't want the Hail up anymore. And that's going to set up the rain. Let's see. Ninetales protects. That's ideal. As I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, double protect. That's okay with me, though. Because I will do a ton of free damage onto the Arachnid, and I potentially could even knock it out next turn with the Psychic. It also means that Hail's no longer around. Part of me does wish I targeted the Alolan Ninetales with the Shadow Psyche, but I expected that to switch out or protect. So, yeah. Let's see how much the Shattered Psyche does. Of course, Z moves to 1/4% when you do protect, so I would assume maybe 25–30%ish. Yeah, right around there. Okay. With that, then I'm actually just going to Hurricane Arachnid and... Oh, actually... what can my opponent switch into? So anything my opponent can switch into is going to be slower. Yeah, given that both Pokemon protected, I think I'm going to Hurricane and... I'm just going to Psychic. Okay, Arachnid switches out, but that means Ninetales isn't switching out. Muck's coming in, which I'm okay with because Hurricane should do a decent amount of damage to that. He goes for a freeze dry. Yep. That is okay. Although I do wish I doubled up on Ninetales because Ninetales is more annoying right now, but that's fine. Okay, respectable damage. Hurricane comes out. Very decent damage there. No confusion or anything, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm actually gonna switch out into Metagross. Actually, if I switch out, then I risk my opponent. But Hurricane would be nice, especially against Arachnid. Do I think he's going to go for the knockoff onto that slot as well and make a hard read? Because that'd be very risky. I suppose best case scenario is I go for the sub, so if he does double up, at least I get the sub up. Yeah, Ninetales isn't switching out. Okay. Hopefully no knockoff into that. Oh, just goes for the Blizzard. Okay. Not the most optimal play, but willing to risk it. So I'm gonna sub up. Did go for the knockoff onto the onto the Lele slot. Okay. Well, that's fine with me. Because now I can just Earthquake. And protect. Yeah. Ninetales can protect here, but that's fine. No switch outs, which is very ideal. Ninetales also opting not to protect, since Lele protects first. So please don't hit your Blizzard outside of Hail and freeze me. It does hit. If this freezes, I'm gonna be done. Okay, good. It doesn't get the freeze. Earthquake actually should just be able to pick up the double knockout here. Hopefully. Maybe I didn't want the double knockout, but the thing is, if I knocked out Muck, then Ninetales would still be around. I guess it's not the worst case if Ninetales is still around, because the main issue is now my opponent gets Arachnid and presumably Porygon 2 in at the same time. And that's a problem. Unless Porygon 2 is not the last one for some very odd reason. Whoa, it's not P2. Okay. That is very good. Very, very good. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm actually going to switch out into Pelipper, because I don't want to be locked into Earthquake, and I'm going to go for the Psychic onto Arachnid. I'm fine if he gets the knockout onto Tapu Lele. I just don't know whether we're both max speed. I'm really surprised to not see P2 here. But hey, we take those. Okay. So, Arachnid probably can take a Psychic, but Pelipper's done his job, and Metagross obviously can resist Lele's attacks, and it outspeeds Arachnid as well. Both which are good. And I have a Coco in the back, which can just Thunderbolt Arachnid. But I probably will want to go for Bullet Punch Thunderbolt combinations. First of all, it depends whether I get a Psychic off against this Arachnid. If I do, that would be really good. Maybe I should have Moonblasted the... Okay, so I don't know whether I want a Speed Tie there or not, but it does get the Shadow Ball. But targets down Pelipper. Okay, so I do get the Psychic off against the Arachnid, which is very good. Don't know whether this will knock it out or not. Probably not, but that's some good damage. It does go for the Liquidation, though. And it does pick up the knockout. I should have Moonblasted. Yeah, I should have Moonblasted. The reason why I should have Moonblasted is because then it would be in Bullet Punch KO range for sure. Now I bring in Metagross and Tapu Koko. So I can Bullet Punch now. My other concern is that that is a Scarf Lele. I don't even know if Shadow Ball knocks Metagross out, though. I really want to Bullet Punch and Thunderbolt that slot, because if it is Scarf, then I need to knock it out. And I am max speed, so I don't know whether it was a Speed Tie there or was a Scarf, but I feel like it was Scarfed. I'm gonna double into it. No Protect, okay. Well, let's see. Wow. CB Metagross actually just one-shots the Tapu Lele. I wasn't sure about that. But, you know, it makes sense because it's got to be max special attack and, like, probably max speed as well. Or maybe it wasn't Scarfed, but it was another item. Either way, it was obviously very offensive Tapu Lele, so as a result, Bullet Punch actually just seals up the deal. So, thought I misplayed earlier, ends up not being the case, but I probably still should have safely. I mean, it was still a misplay, right? Because regardless of what items Lele has, any attack will put it in Bullet Punch KO range. So, yeah, like, I still could have played a little bit better there, and I didn't think about my endgame very well. So, always got to be thinking of your endgame, and I don't know, anytime you win a game, even if it's like, you know, even if you're like, oh wow, that was like a good win, you still should be thinking of plays you can make better, and I definitely think I could have targeted down the Lele slot at the end, because at that point my win condition is that everything's slower than Arachnid, and if I just get a little bit damage onto Lele, regardless of what item it has, it will be in Bullet Punch KO range, so then I just have to save play of Bullet Punching Lele and Thunderbolting Arachnid. So, could have played the end game a little bit better there. Wasn't expecting the one-shot just from the Bullet Punch. But of course, I am Max Attack Choice Bandit. Tapu Lele's defenses aren't amazing. So, we're going to find Flynn Rider for our second opponent of the day. And, not sure if I mentioned or not, but as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. Would really appreciate it. Flynn Rider is rocking a team of Garchomp, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Raichu Gyarados, and Alolan Muck. So, this actually really reminds me of Philip Wingett's team. Philip got top 16 at SoCal Regionals, or NorCal Regionals, excuse me. Lost to Enosh in the first round of Top Cut, and I actually played against him in day 1 of Swiss. His team had like 3 Z moves, and these teams are always really scary because they're so hyper offensive. So I am a little bit intimidated, excuse the pun given the Gyarados, but, So Rain's normally like, it's like an okay option, but the Raichu Koko lead is really what I'm scared of. So, you know, I think I'm actually going to go Lele Metagross. I might not go Rain this game as good as it is because I anticipate Raichu Koko being the lead. And I'm going to go my own Koko. The last one's between Kartana and Pelipper, but I actually like Pelipper more because it's Sashed and can set up Tailwind in this match. So I'm going to lock in. Yeah, so the difficulty is, if you lead Pelipper Golduck, like, first of all, whenever you go up against Pelipper Golduck, you need a lead that can match up with it, because it's very likely your opponent's going to bring it. So I feel like my opponent's best option against Pelipper Golduck is, I guess, 2 options, Raichu Koko or Koko plus Garchomp. Both which aren't very fun, but the thing is, if I lead Lele, then I can at least get my terrain up over the Koko's terrain, which reduces the electric type attacks, and I can go from there. But I'm still a little bit scared of this matchup. So let's see what comes out. Oh, it is Koko Garchomp. Okay. Good thing here is he cannot discharge safely. Bad thing is, I don't know what item is on what. Oh, especially if it's ground Z move. Oh, that would be very no bueno. I don't really have any safe plays here, too. I just have to hope it's like not ground Z move. I'm gonna protect here. And I'm gonna go for the Zen Headbutt onto Garchomp, because if there's any play, like, he would want to protect Koko, maybe an Earthquake, but Lele protects here, so no protect coming out. Yeah, he's just gonna discharge, which is fine unless it's a ground DMZ going into Metagross, in which that would be bad. It's not gonna do too much damage. Yep, he Poison Traps. Okay, so hopefully I don't miss the Zen Headbutt. Please don't miss. Okay, that hits. This should be a one-hit KO. Nice. I still have to deal with Tapu Koko, though. Like, that's still a very prominent threat. And given that we didn't see a Life Orb, I'm gonna guess that's Focus Sashed, which is also an issue. But I at least protect my Lele. There's Muck coming in, though. That's not any more fun to see. So, I think I'm actually going to switch out Metagross now, because I need Earthquake, basically. I need the ability to Earthquake. Well, actually, who does he have in the back? I'm gonna Shattered Psyche Koko here, especially because if it protects, I'll just get some free chip damage. And actually, yeah. Well, no, I need that chip damage. He's probably gonna Thunderbolt. I switched into Pelipper. I don't know how much I like this play, but the thing is, at least Metagross, if Lele gets knocked out, comes back in and I can Earthquake. I didn't want to switch into Koko because I don't want the electric terrain up yet. Or I just don't want the electric terrain up. Oh, it protects. Okay. So, this is actually more ideal because what happens is I get the knockout onto... No, sorry, not the knockout. I get the damage output onto the Coco, and I break its presumed Focus Sash. Muck will probably go for a Poison Jab or a Gunk Shot onto my Lele, but then I can switch into Metagross at least. And I don't know, I'm just assuming it has Sash because he led it against Rain, and that would only make sense. And that still does so much damage, jeez. And there's a Poison Jab coming out, yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, so Metagross definitely comes back out. Thunderbolt's not going to knock me out, especially without a boost. The question is whether I want to just Earthquake Scald and try to pick up 2 knockouts this turn without my opponent expecting it. I might actually do that, yeah. And he stays in. Oh, but Coco switches out with Volt Switch. I did not see that one coming. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It depends on what comes in, and it's my opponent's last one. I should have Tailwinded, I guess. It's Gyarados. That was what I was fearing, too. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Volt Switch was actually the worst case, because I was like, okay, if he switches out, then I'll still have my Focus Sash, but I really didn't consider Volt Switch. Yeah, Muck's gonna be able to hang on. If it has Figgy Berry, actually, he'll heal all the way back up, too. I didn't consider that, really. That's gonna be Figgy Berry. Yep, that's not good. Or Iapa Berry. I should have Tailwinded. No, I actually wanted him to knock... Oh, actually, Knockoff would have knocked me out regardless, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe it's not over yet. I've got Coco in the back. That's the main selling point. How to win this game? The thing is, Gyarados could Dragon Dance, and that's what I'm fearing. But if it doesn't Dragon Dance, then I could potentially pick up 2 knockouts. So the call is, do I call it to Dragon Dance right now? I mean, I can Zen Headbutt it regardless, I guess. Yeah, okay. I think he's gonna Dragon Dance. I messed up then. Muck protects, that's okay. What does Gyarados do? Wow. Zen Headbutt? Doesn't miss either, okay. Jeez, that does so much damage too. So that was a really good turn, but I actually would have preferred Metagross to get knocked out because then I get the free switch into Coco, but at least there was no Dragon Dance out there. So given what just happened last turn, I think my play here is to just Earthquake. The thing is, if he Waterfalls Metagross, yeah, if he has to Waterfall Metagross right now, and then he can just Poison Jab Pelipper, which would be a problem. So I think I have to attack double into the Muck slot. Okay, there's a Waterfall. Onto Pelipper. Now, that also could be a big deal, because that means I get to Bullet Punch now. I don't know what item Gyarados is, though. That's the other issue. Okay, so the reason why I targeted Muck down there is because I need to force the 2-on-2 right now. I can't have a 1v2. Weirdness disappears from the field. Electric Terrain's going to come back up anyway, but that means I can Bullet Punch. However, I don't have Choice Band anymore. This is going to come down to a 50-50, I think. He has Discharge as well. Oh boy. So, my main fear is, okay, he could protect Gyarados and Discharge. He could Waterfall into Koko. And Thunderbolt. And Rain is still up. I do have Bullet Punch. I'm really worried about the Waterfall. I protect... Oh, I don't. That was not the right call. That was definitely not the right call, because now it's a 2v1. Unless this knocks out the Koko for some reason. Yeah. He went for Gleam. I should have targeted... I was going to target down Gyarados there. I mean, it's still a... No, it's not a 50... Oh, wait. I'm going to survive that. Yeah. Oh. Wait, I win, I think. Unless this knocks me out. Or he targets Metagross. Please target down Tapu Koko. Please target down Tapu Koko. Thank you. That's not gonna knock me out, right? Whew. Okay. And Rain stops. That's why I protected, and somehow that play ends up working out because now I actually just Bullet Punch and Thunderbolt. But there was... I guess the reason why you go for Dazzling Gleam is to break the potential Sash. And my opponent was definitely fearing that, but as a result, Metagross sticks around for another turn and I can just Thunderbolt. I really... the play I was going to make there was I was going to Thunderbolt Gyarados there in the end, but I decided to go for the Protect. I don't think Protect was the best play, but I don't know. There are various different ways that could have played out, and worked out in my favor there. Really did, because with the 2v1, you know, Bullet Punch is gonna, like, I outspeed and just get knockouts with both now. Yeah, I suppose maybe my opponent didn't think Metagross was the threat. I'm really surprised about that, though. Like, I don't think I played that last turn most optimally. I'm trying to think still what the most, like, the best play possible is. But I think it's still a guessing game regardless. So let's say, because the reason why I say that is, if Gyarados protects, and we saw Discharge too, yeah, and that was the main issue why I was concerned, because with Discharge, I guess there wasn't a Life Orb on Koko, so I could have taken maybe 3 hits from his Koko, but I know I'm not max speed, like I'm modest instead of timid, and so that was one of my other concerns. But in the end, we end up managing to escape with 2 wins, so I'm pretty happy about that at least. Especially after the last episode, that was a little bit frustrating, but yeah, we bounced back in this one, and we did pick up 2 wins in today's episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave a like, as always, if you did, and I will be back tomorrow from vacation, so yeah, once I'm back, you know, I'll be on Twitter really active, talking about kind of content that I want to make, and I'm going to be streaming a lot more on Twitch as well, so if you don't follow me on Twitter or Twitch, hit me up at Cybertron VGC, it's the same on both, and yeah, get ready for a lot of cool, exciting content. But thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, peace.